class, which is Be Outside at the Bhagavatam, and we are down along the East River again. It's not exactly warm, but it's definitely warmer than it has been. Okay. Got a lot of interaction here with the old partner.
Canto 4, Chapter 24, Text 43.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Text 43. My dear Lord, you are the supreme controller of the worker, sense activities, and results of sense activities, karma. Therefore, you are the controller of the body, mind, and senses. You are also the supreme controller of egotism and Rudra. You are the source of knowledge and the activities of pervading junctions. Everyone acts under the dictation of the ego. Therefore, Lord Shiva is trying to purify false egotism from the mercy of the supreme personage of Godhead. Since Lord Shiva or Rudra is himself the controller of egotism, he indirectly wants to be purified by the mercy of the Lord so that his real egotism can be awakened. Of course, Lord Rudra is always spiritually awake, but for our benefit, he is praying in this way. Personally, pure egotism is unproductive. But in this actual position, the spirit and soul has devotional activities to perform. Therefore, Lord Shiva prays to be engaged both in mind and in action in the devotional service of the Supreme Lord according to the direction of leaders. This is a process of purifying false egotism. Chaitanya is knowledge. Without perfect knowledge, we cannot act perfectly. The real source of knowledge is the Raja, sound vibration, given by Vedic instructions. Here the word Raja or vibration means the Vedic vibration. The origin of creation is sound vibration. If the sound vibration is purified, perfect knowledge and perfect activities actually become manifest. This is enacted by the chanting of the mantra Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Thus, Lord Shiva is praying again and again for the purification of body, mind, and activities through the purification of knowledge and action under the pure directions of the Vedas. Lord Shiva prays to the Supreme Personality of Godhead so that his mind, senses, and words may turn toward devotional activities only. What stood out for me was this egotism, and obviously we are full of egotism. I've not heard that word before, egotism, but the point is that we should try to purify ourselves so that we have real egotism. And I was thinking, yeah, this is the hardest thing, isn't it? Like, come to Krishna consciousness and you still, and you come and you feel, wow, this is so nice, it feels so peaceful, and gosh, these people are saintly and they're godly, and I want to be a part of that, and how can I help? You know, it starts like that. What can I do? But this false egotism is very hard, isn't it, to purify, and you can be around for X amount of years or whatever, and it can rear its ugly head, you know, and ruin things for us and others because of our egotism. Yeah, it's really interesting, and it's really interesting, like we were speaking to our guru recently, just one of the points I took away was just to remain focused while you're here on the goal, because you're going to encounter challenges, opposition, challenges, tests, and that's what I took away, that just to focus on in other words, to rise above your own egotism, as it were, and then just to remain focused and go forward. Because even if you're not on this path, you're going to get opposition, challenges, stress, or whatever, will allow you to see that actually you do. You do have a little bit of an ego.
Little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe we just see the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
That's. And what is it? I remember Buddha Bhavana was saying that this path isn't for the faint-hearted, fainted heart. It's not for the weak at heart. You have to be ready to endure so many things in the process of purification. And Prabhupada says that in a Krishna book that a person's greatness can be determined by his ability to tolerate provoking circumstances. Egotism, egoism, and all these things. Okay, text 44. My dear Lord, I wish to see you exactly in the form that your very dear devotees worship. You have many other forms, but I wish to see your form that is especially liked by the devotees. Please be merciful upon me and show me that form, for only that form worshipped by the devotees can perfectly satisfy all the demands excuse me, of the senses. Radhe Shyam. Purport. In the Shruti or Veda mantra, it is said that the Supreme Absolute Truth is Sarva Kama, Sarva Gandha, Sarva Rasaha. Or in other words, he is known as Rasubhai Saha, the source of all relishable relationships, rasas. We have various senses, the powers of seeing, tasting, smelling, touching, etc. And all the propensities of our senses can be satisfied when the senses are engaged in the service of the Lord. Rishikena, Rishikesh, Sevanam, Bhakti, Ruchite. Bhakti means engaging all the senses in the service of the master of the senses, Rishikesh. Narada Pancharatra. Sorry, that's from Narada Pancharatra. These material senses, however, cannot be engaged in the service of the Lord. Therefore, one has to become free from all designations. Sarvo padi vinir muktam tat paratvaina nirmalam. One has to become free from all designation or false egotism, and thus become purified. When we engage our senses in the service of the Lord, the desires or the inclinations of the senses can be perfectly fulfilled. Lord Shiva therefore wants to see the Lord in a form which is inconceivable to the Bauta philosophers or the Buddhists. Interesting. That last sentence didn't quite, hit home. I'd have to look that up. But he wants to see the Lord in a form that is inconceivable to the Bauta philosophers and the Buddhists, which I presume, I'm not sure about the Bauta philosophers, but the Buddhists are obviously impersonalists. They don't believe in a form of the Lord, so therefore it would be inconceivable for them. But the crux of this, what I'm taking away is, first and foremost, is that Lord Shiva is specifically asking to see a form of the Lord that is worshipped by his devotees and loved by his devotees, dear to his devotees. So he's eager to see that form which is most attractive to the devotees. Then in the purport, Srila Prabhupada really picks up on this Sarvo Padivanir Muktam Tattaratvaina Nirmalam, Rishikena Rishikeshana Sevanam Bhaktir Uchite, that pure bhakti or seva, devotional service, can only be performed with purified senses. Sarva upadi. Sarva, all upadis, all designations have to be vinir muktam, we have to be freed from that. So it's actually quite intense process, as you were just saying, because that's ego. Ego is the false identity that I am a white, American, middle-aged man from X, Y, and Z who does X, Y, and Z. That is my identity. But we need to become freed from that. That is not my identity. My identity is that I am a spirit, soul, part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and I am in a material body which may have some designation, but that's not who I am. And that's a bit of a journey.
Next paragraph. The impersonalists and avoidists also have to see the form of the Absolute. The Buddhist temples and forms of Lord Buddha in meditation, but these are not worshipped like the forms of the Lord in Vaishnava temples, forms like Radha Krishna, Sita, Ram, Lakshmi, and Raya. Amongst the different sampradayas, Vaishnava sects, either Radha just as the devotees want to see. The words Rupam Priyatmanam Swanam are specifically mentioned, indicating that Lord Shiva wants to see that form which is very dear to the devotees. The word Swanam is especially significant because only the devotees are very, very dear to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Gyanis, Yogis and Karmis are not particularly dear, for the Karmis simply want to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead as their older Supreme. The Gyanis want to see him to become one with him, and the Yogis want to see him partially represented within their heart as Paramatma. But the Bhaktas or the devotees want to see him in his complete form, perfection, as stated in Brahma Samhita.
Venam Kvanbantam Aravinda Dalaya Taksham Bhagavatam Samasitam Buddha Sundarangam Kandarpakoti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami.
That's the translation of that is, I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is adept at playing on his flute, whose eyes are blooming like lotus petals, whose head is bedecked, whose beauty is tinged with the hue of living clouds, and whose unique loveliness charms millions of cupids. Thus, Lord Shiva's desire is to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead as he is described in this way. That is, he wants to see him as he appears to the Bhagavatas and devotees. The conclusion is that Lord Shiva wants to see him in complete perfection and not in the impersonal or voidness of him. Although the Lord is much in his various forms, Advaitam, Achyutam, Anandam, still his form as the young enjoyer of the gopis and companion of the cowherd boys, Kishore Buddhi, is the most perfect form. Thus, Vaishnavas accept the form of the Lord in his Dharma pastimes as the chief form. Yeah, that's nice. I was thinking today, like when we were in the class, I was looking in the morning program in the Bhagavatam class. I was looking around the temple room and looking at the different paintings that are on the wall, and yeah, I like when I guess it's described like simple. If you look at one of the paintings, it just has like simple top knot, and he has maybe a little, I don't know, like some beads, the peacock feather, and then the other one, it's not like a big elaborate headpiece. Not the point being that, I mean, you know, he's just a young boy, he's going through the forest, so you can imagine like this tree here, you know, pick a flower, someone may pick it, put it in his hair for him or something, but very like natural and sweet, you know. And he's not cold over there, so you can imagine him just having his goatee and his like full like kind of draping off or something. Yeah, just looking at the pictures and that, like that's how he is. It's nice, you know, like the regalness, as it were. Yeah, he isn't. It doesn't appeal as much.
Reality. I mean, it appeals to some.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Yeah. Krishna is Rasova. You know, he is the source of all rasas, all relationships. But it seems to be what's pointed out here is that for the devotees, his Vrindavan form is the most attractive. But for some people, Lord Nrsimhadev is more attractive.
Yeah, he's cute as well.
I don't know.
He's cute.
She says in the movie Prahlad.
Not necessarily. Because Prahlad didn't necessarily want him to go out and, you know, speak to people.
Sounds like you're an order supplier. Okay, thank you all very much. Nice to see you again. Have a beautiful day. Please read the Srimad Bhagavatam, become inspired, go deeper in your spiritual practice. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.